Hello, everybody. Glad to be back for SLAB Sunday, the first one of the year. I apologize for this busted down, cheap free version of StreamYard. That'll be fixed before next week, guys. Had a little problem with I didn't know I had to renew today, so. But thank you, everybody, for coming on. I got some great guests with me today. I got the Pressabledefects. We got Matt and Guy Forge and the Butcher.
What's up?
Man, the myth, the Butcher. And we got my co-host down there, Ed McMahon, somewhere down there. Wink McMahon down there, baby.
What's up?
I want to thank everybody for coming on, everybody for showing up in the chat. As people come in, I'll add names to the giveaway wheel. All my panel members are also eligible to win.
Nice.
If one of the panel guys do win, though, I will do a second giveaway for the viewers. But you guys will all be in. I don't want to penalize you guys for coming on the show, you know what I mean? So, but I'm very excited to have
What a guy. What a guy.
What a gem.
Let me go ahead and get up the wheel of names. I can start typing in names here. With Crucis, I got you in, my man. You're in twice because you are a member already. And Pressabledefects. I'll just put separate on there for you guys, though.
All right.
So you guys each get your own entry. I want to be fighting over who gets the slab, man. So, how you guys doing, man? I know you guys are doing some big things.
Thank you for having us, man.
Man.
I feel honored to finally get the invite, dude.
I didn't know you had to invite people. I thought people just showed up, man.
I was like, who we got to beat?
It's like, oh, that's weird.
Who do we got to beat up to get on Chat RCG's show?
So I'm glad you guys are my first guest of the year. I'm very honored to have you guys on. You guys are great guys in the community. I've never heard nothing but great things about you guys.
They're all lying.
I got my man W1nkinc down there. Same thing with them. Wink RCG I see down there. But yeah, thanks for coming on. I wanted to talk to you guys about this community that we are part of. You know what I mean? To get your guys' input and how you got started in this. And I was wondering if I could just go down the line and start with maybe Matt first. I had him right next to me.
Yeah.
Matt, how did you get started in the comic community?
So, I guess going back to, everybody seems to have the same story, right? They start as kids, they stop for a little bit, and they pick it back up again. Most people. Some people do, some people don't. So when I was a kid, Guy got me into comics. He was, what are you, 3 years older than me, Guy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So he got me into it. We were putting 90s comics in Ziploc bags back then and storing them in Tupperwares or some shit like that. And that stuck around probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. Maybe I was 10 years old, maybe until I was 15, something like that. Got out of it for a while. I was always still interested in just kind of like the stories and not so much the collecting aspect, but definitely the characters. And I've just always collected superhero paraphernalia, obviously the movies and stuff where we were big into that. Like when the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire hit. And then I guess it was probably
Matt found girls. That's what happened.
Yeah, girls came.
Matt found girls.
A lot of people.
And then I would say maybe around the time of like when Infinity War came out, it was kind of like, hey, maybe I should go back and look at, some of my old books. And I started doing that, and kind of the rest is history.
I think that's a lot of people that go back and see how much we all grew up in the era where people threw away all their comic books, their baseball cards, and everything was worth a ton. Then they overproduced so much. So I think it was almost a surprise. A lot of people to go back and see those books they overproduced still have value to them. You know what I mean? And I kind of opened my eyes a little bit when I did it too. Like, wow, I can't believe they printed 8 million of this book. That's still
Yep.
So it's almost a story of how people got back into comic collecting more than anything, The Butcher, how did you get back into the comic books?
So again, I'm an 80s kid. I was born in 81. I had 2 comic book shops at each end of my block, which was awesome. And I'd go to the comic book shop, play Street Fighter, play Mortal Kombat. I got into what got me into comic books was the comic book cards, the Marvel Universe cards. And I thought they were awesome to collect. X-Men was on in the early 90s, one of the best cartoons, comic book adaptation cartoons there are, Batman animated series. So that pretty much got me in, man. And, you know, I started collecting a lot in the late 80s, early 90s when most people collected. It's when Image was coming out and, you know, like Spider-Man Maximum Carnage and Venom and Carnage were big then. So I was picking up books thinking they were going to be worth a lot of money, but I was also into the stories, man. You know, the stories were cool. Just hanging out at the comic book shop was awesome. I never really got out of it. I was always reading books, but then, you know, in your later teens, you chase girls, you know, weed was cool. Drinking 40s in the woods was awesome. So I kind of lost touch a little bit, but not really. And then went full on again. And then once IG came around and I seen all different collectors, like, you know, showing what they got, I was like, oh, I'm going full in now. Now I have people to share my collection with, and that's it, man. Then the YouTube started with Matt. You know, he had his channel. He asked me on. I was like, this is awesome, man. It's such a cool YouTube and IG is such a cool extension of the hobby because you could share, you could buy, you could see what's hot. So it was all awesome, man. It all came together.
And I noticed too a lot with the YouTube and the Instagram. There's a lot of collectors around, but it's kind of hard to just randomly run into a comic collector unless you're going to shows and stuff like that, where you can meet friends and stuff like that, where you can exchange books and stuff like on IG and YouTube, which I think is great. You know,
yeah. And look how far it's come from auctions to raffles to, you know, you got a chance at getting books that you want for a good price, or even like major grails you could win in a raffle or something like that. So. Or like you, Chad, you're my idol, man. Winning an AF-15, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
AF-15, the Hulk 181's 2 days from each other. That was crazy. You know?
That's insane, dude.
That was my finest weekend.
You still have the AF? Do you still have the AF-15?
Oh yeah, the AF-15. Oh nowhere. The Hulk 181 I did sell, but I just, it was only a 4 or 5, so I want to kind of get a higher grade of that. So I sold it for now. I wish I waited a couple months though, because I went nuts after I sold that, which is the whole market lately.
Yeah, dude.
But like you said about the raffles, I love the raffles because I think that helps add value to bigger books, because it goes from 1% of the comic industry being able to buy books to those books can move on a raffle to people that normally wouldn't be able to afford it. So it opens up the selling so much more, you know.
So the way I look at the raffles is 2 things. It gives someone an opportunity to move their book that's, you know, it's going to be tough to move. Yeah. And it gives someone maybe that can't afford a AF-15 or a Hulk 181 a chance to win it. And dude, I won some big books on IG and I'm thankful for it, man.
Yeah. I haven't really, I won a couple raffles, but nothing huge on IG, which, you know, it's still fun to get. I'm a gambler. I love the chase, the gamble, everything that goes involved with it. So, Guy, how did you get back into comics? And were you the bigger comic collector out of the two growing up, or was Matt right there with you?
I mean, he slowly took over. That was the easiest way to say that. I mean, I started the whole process, so he could blame me for it, I guess.
It's true.
I grew up in really way upstate New York. So I was in the sticks, man. I really didn't have a comic shop. We didn't have a local LCS, nothing like that. I mean, that was my first comic. Cumberland Farms was my comic shop. I used to run to the racks and grab stuff. My first book I got was in the mail. It was Silver Surfer. It was a mail away thing that got me into it, and I convinced my father to pay for it. And I used to run to my mailbox on Tuesday to go get the book. Like, I knew it was coming. It was coming on every Tuesday, and I ran to get the book from the mailbox, and it was like the coolest thing to me. So it was like, this is what I want. This is what I like. Got me into Silver Surfer, Thanos. That was like my first dabble into comics. Like, and obviously when, you know, in the future, when that came out on the screen, you could tell Matt, like, no one could talk to me that day like that. And it came out April 25th, was the day before my birthday too. So it was like ridiculous. I was like, this is a birthday present to me. I was like, this is great. So it was like, you know, as a child to see that on the screen, because I'm a big movie guy. Yeah. I always say this all the time. If there's nothing I'm more into than comics, it's movies. Okay. And like, I'm a big movie guy. And when they put it on the screen and I could see this actually happening on the screen, I was like, this is ridiculous. But, you know, now getting back into it, Matt started the channel under his name. And then he was like, yo, you got to just come on. We're going to open up these books. I was like, what the fuck is this, bro? He's like, no. He goes, I got these boxes of books. He goes, I don't know. He goes, you send them away. You get them graded. It was like the first fucking chat show we ever did. We did it sitting here, right where I'm sitting right now. So it was good that I changed around my whole room today. This is my new setup, but I set it up in homage to Matt and I's first video. This is where we sat doing our first video, and it was like all his books, and I'm like, what? I don't understand this. He goes, just roll with it. We're just gonna put the grades up. He goes, and he goes, you could put up a cool graphic. I go, yeah, I'll put up some cool stuff. We put up like clapping for the 9.8. We put up like things blowing up on the screen. I was like, this is so cool. We've obviously come a little ways from that, which is good. But it was pretty dope, and now I can blame these two assholes over here. not Wink. Wink, you're not an asshole, bro.
You're old enough to decide that.
Yeah, see,
Wink is give me an asshole.
So I could blame these two assholes for getting me back into it now. So it's their fault.
You're a little bit older. Are you older than Matt, or which one's the older brother?
Yeah, I'm 3 years older than Matt. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was curious because I grew up in a generation where I didn't have a lot of comic books around me either. But eBay was like a lifesaver back then, man. When eBay first came out, it was like, I don't know if you're collecting then.
So let me explain this. I can blame Matt for that too. He's an asshole.
Oh God.
So I officially this is the craziest shit you ever heard. I officially got on eBay this year.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
2020, 2020.
2020. Sorry, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, no.
that doesn't make it any better.
Well, my thing is, my shop I had in my town didn't have a big selection, so for me to get those big books, that was my only way to get them. When I was younger, getting a couple books. But then I stopped collecting for almost 15 years. You know what I mean?
I stopped for a long time.
So here's a guy eBay story.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
So, like Guy said, he got on eBay in like early 2020. He's like, I don't know how to do this thing, and I'm like, it's not that hard. So I showed him how to sign up. Anytime a guy does, he doesn't want to take the reins. He pretends like he doesn't know how to use a computer, and then I have to do it for him. It's a good method because it tends.
You got to know how to work the system, Chad. Come on,
it kind of works for him.
Wink. This is how business works. No.
Show me. That's it.
Yeah, let's see if this is how business works though. So he goes,
no, it's not.
No, it's not how business works. So he goes and he starts doing his eBay thing, and he's like, now he's feeling himself. He's like, oh, I know what I'm doing now. So it's probably like 3 or 4 weeks into it, and he calls me up. He goes, I'm bidding on this thing. I'm like, what is it? He goes, it's like I don't know if it's like a mystery box or it's like a box of comics. But it's so cheap. Like there's like 100 comics. It's like I got a bid in for like $13. He's like, there's like 2 minutes left. I'm about to win. I can't believe it. It's $13. I said, how much is shipping? Silence. Silence. He goes, $100. I said, you better retract your bid or something. He goes, too late. It just ended. I go, you just got the $100 lesson on eBay.
Yep.
Was it any good? Was there anything good?
Oh, come on, please.
It was all garbage. Come on. I'm like, there you go. For thinking you knew too much. You got the lesson, the eBay lesson. Always check shipping.
I think everybody has an eBay lesson.
Oh yeah.
I learned pretty quick.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, it could have been worse, right? I mean,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Could have been coming from Canada or something. So.
You could like bet it up to like $50 or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh god. Oh man.
So Wink, how did you get back into comics? I kind of know your story a little bit more than those, but for the people who are watching that don't know, how did you get back into buying and selling? And
YouTube really brought me back around, and I never was really like a big collector or series collector. I'm a 90s kid, so I was all X-Men, watching the cartoon, then seeing this stuff on the drugstore shelves, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I'm like, man, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in this cartoon, but I never was a serious collector in any sense. I mean, I've always kind of had a little collection, and then it just really blasted off last year. And now it's probably what I have by far the most of.
Yeah.
So,
I know you're doing video game mystery boxes. You're doing all types of mystery boxes.
Yeah, and a lot of that was for diversity of the channel. I mean, but comics is the thing I care the most about. So I mean, far away.
I tell you what, that's me too. When I was getting to YouTube, I kind of fell into it playing at the poker table. So that's how I got back into comics. I was playing poker and I was just watching stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I happened to fall into a comic auction. Like, fuck it, I'll buy some comics. I was fucking putting everybody up.
Yeah.
I was up like 3K in the poker room already. So I'm like, I'm buying all this shit. I don't give a fuck. And then I found out I was buying probably from the wrong auction because he would take the little books and just overprice the shit out of them. But it was just like, he was a good salesman. I can't lie, you know. And from there, I learned I fell into like Home of the Big New York Warriors. I fell into Thorough BLC, and that's where I think where I really got the passion back again for collecting was more of the community hangout and seeing the future of it too, because I did a lot of sports cards.
Yeah.
And it was brutal waiting for a player not to get hurt or something like that. With comics, there's always going to be Spider-Man. There's always going to be Punisher. There's always going to be Fantastic Four. So I don't have to worry about someone getting knocked out of a game or something like that. So I kind of like that aspect of it too.
To me, it's, you know, like I think it's so comparable to the stock market, and I love the stock market. Like, I'm absolutely fascinated by everything about it, and these things are identical. I mean, it's the same thing. The only thing is you can't option them, but still, I mean, it's amazing what film and TV has done for this, and then the variant cover explosions and exclusives. It's just an incredible collectible. I mean,
and even like we've talked about this before. Even some stuff like, I know Key Collector Comics gets a lot of hate, but I love Key Collector Comics, man.
I use it. I mean,
so here's my thing with Key Collector, right? I use it 100%. It is a great tool. The only thing that I do not like about it is, one, Nick, and two, if you're an LCS owner, you have to have Key Collector app, right? You have to have it because that's your business and that's your bread and butter. But it takes the fun out of a hunt, man. Like, you get an alert on Key Collector to go find the hottest new comic book, and you run to the LCS, and that same LCS owner is pulled that book already and threw it up on the wall. So that's where it kind of, you know, it's.
I can see that, man. I could totally see that. But
that's where.
Man, if you don't
respect, I see that, but like a new guy coming to the community, I had no idea what books to look for.
Oh yeah, Key Collector it's an entry point for everybody. You can know nothing about these, and you download that, and all of a sudden you're a little bit savvy. It saves you from getting ripped off. I mean really.
But the hot lists and the spec lists and all that crap, Jay says it all the time, and I think you can't say it any better, is that it's not for the buyer, it's for the seller.
Oh yeah.
Once that book hits that, you better be the one that has it already, not the one trying to buy it.
It's so crazy. The influence they have on the market, dude, is insane, because you could look at as soon as that book pops on Key Collector, you go right back to eBay or Macari or wherever you're going to buy a book from, and everything's taken down and reposted back up for higher prices. So
yeah,
their influence on the market is insane.
And the funny part is, a lot of the speculators hate Key Collector because they say it gives the buyers too much of an option to get new books.
Yeah,
the hot books are coming out, so the flippers don't like it that much either, because it takes a lot of their game away. They used to let books like be a final order cutoff, then drop like hot tips on it. You know what I mean? Which was a different kind of speculation, where they'd kind of change the market that way, let it not be sold that much. Then hey, you got to buy this book. You know.
So we're gonna have a new app coming out called Defect Detector.
Defect Detector.
So what he created, man, I can't knock the guy. What he created was a great tool for the comic book, you know, for comic book collecting for $2 a month or whatever it is. Yeah. It's a fantastic tool. It just changed the hunting game a little bit, you know.
For sure.
Well, you know, the back end of it too. I mean, if you don't think that they're not capitalizing on the data,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta be, you know. I mean,
that goes without saying, I think.
But I can't knock them for it.
No, yeah. Hey, listen, that's like if you have influence, if you and Chad have influence on the market, and you know a book's heating up, you're gonna say, before we drop this on the Key Collector app, let me grab as many copies as I could. So once this pops, we could, like, hey, if that's what they're doing and they're making money, it's good. Buy what you like. That's what Matt always says. So they're not forcing you to buy anything, but the market's definitely got their hand in pushing stuff a little bit.
Yeah, and you're right. That price point is so low for people to have that. Guys, like $25 a year.
Yeah,
I mean, that's insane. I mean,
Yeah, how could you? It's almost like how could you not have it? You know?
because you're
You know-
saving money, just a couple buys off there and save
oh
you.
yeah, like one. Yeah.
Listen, I think, you know, you could say what you want about the app and the people behind it, but at the end of the day, you got to take a personal responsibility for what you buy for yourself.
Yeah.
Number one, and number two, people that have been in the community a little longer than some of the new people, you got a little bit of an obligation to kind of educate a new collector, a younger collector. You know, that's what this community is about. I mean, if you don't want to be part of the community, that's one thing. But if you say you're so-called part of the community, then you gotta kind of educate people when maybe they're new. I mean, everybody goes through the kind of the new collector phase where you're buying everything, you're buying stupid shit, you're paying too much, you're selling to, or whatever it may be. So if you're going to be part of the community, you think, you know, if you're going to have a YouTube channel or a big IG page or something like that, then you got to be part of the solution to say, hey, listen, this app is out there, but it's not gospel. Don't always run. Don't have that FOMO. So you got to take a little, as a collector, you got to take responsibility for yourself. But if you have a little bit of a bigger voice, you also have to have a response. If you want it, you have to take the responsibility to kind of educate others as well. To say, hey, don't run after that.
And what Star Trek 101 Spock says, true collectors don't need the app. If you read your comic books and you know what's coming out, you definitely don't need the app, guys. And the biggest thing I tell people, if it pops on that app, it's already too late to buy.
Yeah.
It's the perfect, like Matt said, it's a seller's app. It's the perfect time to sell, but once it pops on that app, it's the absolute worst time to buy. And just like Wink said, it's like the stock market. You're buying at its absolute highest when it hits that app.
Yeah, let's in a back bin somewhere.
My favorite thing to look at is the cool list. I love going on there and finding what's on the cool list and buy those books up.
Sure.
Because you're usually getting value on there. But my thing I use it for, like, I just started watching Doom Patrol. And I love the show. I was like, this is a great show. First thing I did was go on the app. What keys can I buy for that show for the characters I like? Which I wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't have that app. That's the part of it I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find out, like, Crazy Jane's first appearance, you know, the first, you know, they're evil, Brotherhood of Evil were together and all that. You know, that's what I use it for. But you're right, people can't look at it like God because of pricing on there. They don't update every book. So
what's Doom Patrol on?
It was
HBO Max.
Yeah.
DC, but now it's HBO Max. Yeah.
So that's all right. So real quick, I've been watching Doom Patrol. I've been home the last 2 weeks. I've been watching Doom Patrol and I've been watching Titans, and that's why it's so hard for me to like WandaVision, dude. Because watching those two shows and then going to WandaVision, I'm like, man,
I'm telling you, I love Titans. No one can tell. I think
dude, I'm trying to compare it to comic book shows I watched. The Boy, Titans, Doom Patrol. It's tough, man. I like it because of the Easter eggs, but it's definitely tough to get behind.
This one's slower.
I think they're their own thing, though. Honestly, you got to look at it as its own thing. It's hard to compare them. That's like taking a Marvel movie and comparing it to a DC movie. We know they're not going to be the same.
Well, I mean,
they're their own thing. It's a different kind of thing.
But you know, all Marvel we've gotten run down our throat is action, 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 and then this is a lot of it. It's a real different taste.
But you can't lie. The writing is unbelievable.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, the story is unbelievable. The writing's unbelievable. I said it 100 times. Paul Bettany, his range is unbelievable. I never knew his range before this. Honestly,
I don't think I
didn't follow him around. I think he's hilarious. No, I don't think he has a range. I think he's awesome.
Oh, he plays himself. Yeah. But I mean, he got some good. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen. I think she's pretty good.
She's amazing.
She's pretty solid in that show.
She looks okay too, you know.
They're gonna have to push it. Like, episode 4 is really gonna have to.
I think episode 4 is where it takes off. But the first 3 episodes just didn't do it for me, man. Besides hunting stuff and looking at Easter eggs and trying to figure things out and piece things together, it's just like you know.
Yeah, it's not Marvel style either at all. It's definitely not Marvel. They're not like build this up slowly. That just like jump into it right away. Every movie I've seen.
It's the first burns. Yeah, it's the first MCU like as we know it today, right? Kevin Feige's MCU TV series. So did anybody really know what to expect? It's the first go around. So I mean, I think each one is going to take on its own identity, and it's just going to be this show is basically like a foundation builder. I think, you know, a lot of Easter eggs. A lot of this stuff's not going to happen in WandaVision. I think it's going to be set up for the future. but I'm enjoying it. You know, like, is it blowing my mind? No, but am I enjoying it? Absolutely. I look forward to it every Friday.
Yeah, I don't think you could have done this in a movie. So I think this only could have worked on a TV show.
That's a great point. Yeah, you couldn't.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a movie, it'd be like 10 minutes of a movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
The first 3 episodes would be about 10 minutes of a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't make a movie out of this.
And my thing is too with the show, it's so different and so unique. I think it's too easy to come with high expectations and be disappointed because it's not what you thought it was going to be. Doesn't mean it's bad. There's a lot of movies I watch. I was like, man, that wasn't that good. I watched it again. I was like, oh, it's probably better because I had so much expectations going into that movie.
It's like cold pizza.
Yeah.
I say it over and over again, man. If this was a DC show, it would absolutely be getting roasted. Absolutely,
I don't think so, dude.
Be getting roasted.
I don't. Listen, maybe by other people. Myself, no. I think we roasted Wonder Woman for a reason. Okay, because
terrible.
It was bad,
caca, man,
in every aspect. Like I said, whether WandaVision's your cup of tea or not, that style, they're still doing it very, very well. What they're trying to do, they're doing it very well. So Wonder Woman, whether that's cup of tea or not, it was done poorly. It was a bad story. It was told poorly. And the characters were horrible. So there's a difference between the two, you know.
And if you look at Wonder Woman, it's almost like the whole thing was set up for IMAX, and you don't get that same thing in the house. All the fireworks. And
what makes it worse, Chad, is that they had time to fix that shit.
Yeah.
They did nothing. They did nothing.
So underwhelming. If I was in an IMAX theater watching this, it might have had a different effect on me. But watching it on my own TV, it's not like I don't want to see them flying through fireworks in a plane and seeing all this.
I'll tell you this: whoever made the decision, like, hey, we got to release this thing on Christmas Day when everybody's home and has no choice but to watch it.
Yeah,
that was
smart move.
Oh,
that was a brilliant move.
No, it was a smart move. Everybody had nothing else to do.
Yeah, that's right. We all watched it. We were all like,
all looking forward to it. They're like, yes.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that that's the finished product that they came up with. I still don't understand what they were going for.
I don't either. Feel good story. I don't know.
That was a problem.
I like my girl Cheetah. I didn't like her out, the end costume, but
sure.
I like Kristen.
No, I agree with that.
I thought
she did a great job.
Yeah, I thought she's pretty
and
good.
And by the way, you ever see her look so hot?
I'm all in now.
Yeah, man.
yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, it was.
She came out in that black dress. I was like, what? I go, what'd they do with Kristen Wiig?
What's going on here?
Oh, I like Linda Carter at the end too. I thought that was
cool.
It had its moments. It had its moments, but it wasn't
10 minutes. And
it wasn't a good movie. Yeah, the first 10 minutes. Listen,
now we're at.
If they spent another half an hour on the beginning part of the movie, I would have been so happy.
I would have been like, oh, it was a decent movie. Yeah.
Yeah. The little girl.
Even if the rest was garbage.
Yeah. That's a good point. And what's funny is that part didn't make any. It's like had nothing to do. Like, what was that?
Nope. Just laying the groundwork for that. Don't cheat at life.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was such a weird movie.
It was.
I think DC makes movies in the aspect of doing twice because they do it and now we're gonna recut the whole thing and sell it again.
No, I can't. Yeah, I don't. Titans, like that show is great. And I know it got a little heat, but I don't know why. I love it.
Yeah,
that show is absolutely amazing.
I mean,
that's my next series I'm watching on HBO Max.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I just started it actually.
Oh. Chad, you're gonna love it because there's an episode that ties into Doom Patrol and it's awesome.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait for Snowflame to get his own series, man.
Oh God.
If we can put Doom Patrol on HBO Max, Snowflame can make it on there, man. Come on.
Let me tell you. Speaking of the cuts, if Snyder Cut doesn't absolutely blow people's socks off,
oh boy,
Warner Bros. has got a big fucking problem on
that.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you that.
Too many eggs in that basket for sure.
Oh God, where do you go then? It's like, where do you go from there?
When does that come out? Was there a date yet?
April, right?
It sounds like they keep pushing it.
Yeah, I would push it to Christmas Day again.
Go back in. That's good. I mean, do we dare ask when Black Widow's coming out?
What do you guys?
Yeah, they pushed it again.
What is going on with this fucking movie?
I think they're just going to release it.
Yeah, it's a hard play, man. I mean, they're so used to that dollars from the movie theater. It's not emboldened enough yet.
Yeah, not having that in the theaters.
Mulan really didn't. They were like, man, we put a lot of money in this thing, and it did not do what they thought it would.
But it's Mulan. People are gonna pay for Black Widow.
I mean,
I thought
Come
Mulan
on.
was good, man.
That's
Yeah,
and people who wanted to
yeah.
watch it watched it. But
Watched it,
everyone's
yeah.
gonna pay for Black Widow. I mean, come on.
I would agree with that. I think it's hard to compare the two.
Yeah, you know what it is though. Everyone's not going to pay for it. Everyone's going to pay for it that first day, and then you're going to have it on your your Fire Stick for free the day. 2 hours after it's released.
I'll tell you though, Disney's pretty good with the pirating stuff. They're pretty good at knocking it down.
Yeah.
They make it to the point where if you're going to pirate it, it's going to cost you. It's going to take you so much time to find the right copy that doesn't skip and doesn't do this. So most people are going to just end up paying for it. Don't get me wrong, Jay. You're definitely right that they're going to take a big hit of pirating, but most people are just going to say, you know what? What are they going to charge? $30-$40? I mean,
I can't believe it hasn't came out yet. I can't believe it hasn't. That's how good they are. Any other theater? I mean, any other motion picture studios? That would have been out by now. Snuck out.
Oh yeah, they would have had it out. There's no doubt.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Somebody would have got hacked for sure.
They're doing better. They're doing a lot better with the pirating stuff. Like I don't know if you know the UFC thing. Everybody used to pirate that. Like last night, supposedly there was like minimal. There's a lot more tools at their disposal now to kill off it very much easier than it was in the past. So maybe they take the at some point they got to just take the either you take the loss or I mean how far can you push back the MCU?
Well,
everything is in order for a reason. Yeah. Everything has to stop then if they don't release Black Widow. So
yeah. Well, this happened 7 years ago. My daughter downloaded a movie illegally. I got a letter from the cable company saying if we see it happen again, you will have your cable shut off.
Holy shit!
Dude. Yeah.
And that was so that tells you they're monitoring everything. You're downloading everything on these things too, man.
Man, I just pirate one more for me.
I better get off this stream. If Chad's being watched, I gotta get the hell out of here.
Remember that in your Pornhub watching. Don't get eventually, man.
Uncle Roman said that we got paid in comics by you, Chad, to show up.
Don't worry about it, Roman.
Uncle Roman.
Glad you guys came on. I'm gonna say hi to the chat real quick, guys, and go down this thing. As you guys have been coming in, I've been entering every name on the Bill giveaway, so you guys are all on there. I appreciate you guys coming in. But I see Michael. Let me just go down the line real quick. We had Hawaiian Punch, Merle Biggie Shaq, Hey Danger, Bolo. Who else came in here? James Willie, Michael Ackery. I think I already said him. This is more Perry Comics. Thank you for coming in, Perry. I missed your lurking, man. Start lurking again, please. Crazy Ivan's on here. 187 Bryson, thanks for coming on. Ted Martinez, Super Mole Retro, Wolf Blitz, W Reed, Michael Benevitano, Red Matos, Star Trek 101, Coco Loves Chevy, Jose Gonzalez. Make sure you check out Jose Gonzalez for his powder tumblers. I'm in the doghouse when I lost my wife when I was in Florida. She is so pissed off at me right now. Okay, I represent right there. Good. Who else we got on here? We got Johnny.
That's the best one. Did you see that one, Chad?
Oh, well, let me see.
What does it say?
How do you cook your grits? You like them regular, creamy, or al dente? From one of my favorite movies. He put it on a nice mug for me. I love it. Awesome.
I got my mom one with my logo on it. On the back, I put my birth date. It's the day I gave birth to a legend. I put on it.
Nice.
We got Double Low. What's going on? We got who else is in here? I seen Hacks in there. Thank you, one of my members, Hack. You're eligible for the upgrade today. Marshall Lewis, Roman Curtis, of course, giving his Brady love out, man.
Yo, Ron, man, you get your T-shirt yet? Because I haven't seen you take a picture with it.
Lumberjack Pops. Who else is on there? Yeah, Thorough Azores Tigers. Thanks for coming in, guys. I really appreciate it. Rock City Comics. Thanks everybody for coming on. Everybody is on the wheel too. Let me make sure I got Azores Tigers on there. But yeah, thanks. I appreciate you guys coming on and just talking to us about your comic. How you guys got into comics and all that stuff. It was awesome. That's my favorite thing to talk to people about, how they got back into books and stuff like that. I think it's awesome when people do that, you know, because it's such a different. I mean, well, it's almost the same story, but in different ways for everybody, you know, which is it's kind of funny. But let me show you the books I'm giving away tonight. So for everybody, regular member will be getting this if they would, signed by Philip Baroni and Mark Wade. Ignite it. Well, let me.
I like that guy.
I like that guy. Yeah.
United #1 dual signed.
Nice.
9.6. If you are a foot soldier level, you get Daredevil 182. It is signed by Frank Miller on the front cover. I mean, on the inside page. So if nobody wins this, I'll be cracking it. CBCS on this one. And if you are a lieutenant level, you get the Malibu 13, signed by Al Simmons, which is kind of funny because the guy that signed it used to work for him. I guess he was a janitor, the guy that signed this. And he said the story was based on him. And actually, Todd McFarlane sued him so he couldn't say it no more, which I think is kind of a funny story. But I won this in the mystery box set. I'll go with one of the lieutenants win.
Wow.
But let's get this wheel up here. Give some stuff away.
Guy's like fucking Oprah.
All right.
To quote one of my coworkers, Mr. Walter Parker, who wants to spin the wheel? Who wants to make a deal?
All right. A heads up too, if like I said, if you weren't here earlier, if you guys did not if one of the panel members wins, because I always put those guys on because I appreciate them coming out. Let me make sure W1nkinc's on here too.
I don't know my name.
No, he is not.
Yeah, I was on there.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Wait, I'd say I'd take them for I can't listen to that W1nkinc. So I'm gonna give you guys about 1 minute. If you don't see your name, let me know. I'll add it to her. I think I got everybody on there. So
I used to know a killer YouTube channel that did this. Did a lot faster too.
It went a lot faster, more. I don't know who is that guy, man. You know who that guy is?
He was a little more enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely on his either I don't know Adderall or coffee. One of the
Yeah.
You got Who Dat, Cyborg Dead, and Warlord. Okay. So last call, guys. I'm gonna get this spun up and get our winner out there. I appreciate everybody coming on. Let me see what it is. Let me randomize it first, I guess. Shuffle, and spin the wheel.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Let's see who the winner is.
I'm gonna claim in the chat. I'm guessing. No way.
Who dat? Happy birthday!
Get it?
Nice.
Oh,
Who dat?
It says in the chat. It's actually Who Dat's birthday. So happy birthday!
Happy
man.
birthday.
Hey, man, that's crazy.
Brother.
Look at that.
Fix was in.
Who that?
Yep, Fix was
that'll
in.
be coming your way. Who Dat? Let me put the mail off file. So, but I'm not going to tie up anybody too long. We have football on. I know everybody's getting ready to watch it and want to hang out and watch. I just thank you guys taking your time every day for coming on the show and for watching the show. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go down the line and see what these guys got going on too. Maddie, what do you got going on in your channel and what's future prospects coming up?
Yeah, the future. Forget about that. This coming week, so every Tuesday we do the CBSI New Comic Book Day show. So that's a weekly thing. So that's obviously this Tuesday and every Tuesday. No good guy, can't hear me.
All right,
A little low.
A little
I
low.
can hear you now.
Did I hit the thing here? Oh yeah. Hold on. How about now?
There you
There
go.
you go.
All right, I must have twisted it when I muted. All right, so this
What happens
Tuesday
when
and
it's
every Tuesday we do the CBSI New Comic Book Day show. So that's a weekly thing for us. This Wednesday is a big show. We're doing our 1,500 subscriber giveaway. We got a little lazy with that. We're pretty much at 2,000, so we're doing the 1,500 giveaway. But the live drawing is this Wednesday. It's probably going to be at 9:00. We didn't really discuss the time, but I think we'll do it at 9. We got a bunch of prizes. Grand prize being the High Republic #1, that comic book exclusive cover. That's the homage to the Clone Wars 1. We have a set of those that we're giving away. And that's it. You know, live shows every other Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday videos. And what's to come? We got a bunch of stuff in the works. We don't want to reveal anything yet, though.
All right. Guy, what do you got going on? same thing pretty much, I'm assuming.
Yeah, same thing. Listen, we appreciate you having us on. It was nice to hang out on a Sunday. Usually we're doing a whole bunch of other stuff, so it was nice to come on and say hello to everybody. Wink, I appreciate you being here. I know you're a busy man, so Chad, thank you for having us. Yeah, and guys, tune in. Wednesday's going to be a dope show. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Obviously, who knows who might pop in? You never know. Giving away a lot of shit. So come through, win some stuff, hang out, have some fun. That's all. We appreciate you guys.
And we got Very Butcher in the house, man. I like that.
Very Butcher. Speaking of which, we got a Very Gary auction coming up Friday night. But besides that, guys, same thing. 1,500 subscriber giveaway. Come win that High Republic book, man. It's going for like anywhere from $700 to $900 on eBay. We'll be giving it away to somebody. Appreciate you, Chad. Appreciate you, Wink, for having us on.
Yeah.
Talking comics. It's what I love to do the most. So appreciate it, brother.
And this will be ongoing. I'm going to start inviting more guests on because I love the interactions. That's probably one of my favorite things in comic books: interaction with other people and that have just as much passion as me and my friends do. You know, so I think it's great. You know, and there will be a couple more series I'm going to start doing. We're going to have kind of what we talked about Key Collector today. I'm going to have a series called Change My Mind. So I'm going to put up a topic at the beginning of the week. Say, for example, I think Jungle Action 6 is great spec. Agree or change my mind? And whoever wants to go on that wants to talk, long as it's civil, I'll let anybody come on they want. Well, there'll be different topics and stuff like that. Where I want to give everybody a platform where they can air their feelings about it without being attacked because that's one of the bad things I hate about this. If you say something people don't like, man, they just come at your neck in this community sometimes. You know, it's like crazy. And I want something we have a level discussion where we don't have to worry about that. You know, talk like adults to each other. So, but that'll be a show coming up the next couple of months. I'll be further updates for that one. It'll be on SLAB Sunday, and we'll be doing giveaways and stuff like that. And there'll be more raw book giveaways and stuff coming up too. Let's just get back into it for 2021. But speaking of getting back into it for 2021, what's my man Winky got going on? Anything you need to watch out for any auctions? Or
I don't know. I would just tell you, I've been saying it for a while, but now it's like imminent. I would tell you, watch the channel. Just keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's going to be with a bang, so I'll watch out for it, guys. But yeah, keep your eye on Instagram, YouTube. I got links to these guys below for their YouTube channels. Make sure if you're not subbed up, sub them up, except for Winking. So you look at the description, said he doesn't have a channel, so give it a share. But all these guys, make sure you sub up their channel, go watch their shows. And besides that, have a great day watching football, and peace, nerds.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
Thanks, Wink.
Thanks, guys.